What's up everyone, and I'm finally bringing in some good news for y'all. And before we start, I have a request for everyone watching this video to subscribe and like this video, because I have a strong feeling that we'll be getting only good news from now on. So let's get straight into the video. So as you guys might know, Dawn Awakening, which is the Chinese version, suffered from obtaining a license, and well, that problem has officially been solved, as the Chinese government has officially started giving out licenses again to major game developers. So this is such a big milestone for Dawn Awakening because it was very much needed in order to release the game in China and release it overseas. But then you guys might ask me, why does Tencent need the license to release it outside of China? And there is an ethical reason to that. The thing is, if Tencent or NetEase releases their games outside of China, even when they don't have the license, it kind of seems that they're ignoring their own government rules, and the developers don't want to risk going against their own government. So developers just waited it out until the Chinese government started issuing those licenses again. This is actually big news for Undawn followers because I feel like this was the biggest thing preventing the game from being released, and this issue has finally been solved. From all this information, I made a small but updated timeline that still focuses on an end of spring launch date, because now I feel like the Japanese developers knew that by the end of July they might be able to release the game, but here's my updated timeline starting from April. So as you guys see, I have 3 possible events that could happen for each month, with the possibility of highly happening, neutral, or maybe, and not possible. For April, I think developers would need to do a lot of background work like documentation, preparation of advertisements, because let's not forget that this game is one of the biggest mobile launches for Tencent, and they definitely want to promote it a bit to the global audience. Therefore, April will be a silent month. There is a possibility that we could see a teaser for the closed beta test, or even recruitment posts for closed beta test, like how Rainbow Six Mobile is doing it right now. I doubt we will see a closed beta test this month, but it could happen as Tencent wants to get Undawn out to the public as soon as possible. But in my opinion, the chances of a closed beta test this month are slim. Moving on, in May, I feel like it will be the right time for those teasers or the start of recruitment message by the social media team, and we could possibly have the closed beta test in the middle or the end of the month. But I doubt we will get an open beta because they need to test Undawn in a closed beta test environment at least once. Finally, in June, which is technically the end of spring, we could have at least one closed beta test for the global region, Korea, and Japan. This could be simultaneous or have different dates, but June is the big month where a select few from those regions would have experienced the closed beta test, and I feel like if we already had closed beta tests before June, there is a possibility we could have an open beta or even a soft launch where basically most people can play with a VPN, or if their country is selected, to play first. Now you guys might hate me for this, but I'm not so sure if we will get a global release on June, but this might change depending on what happens in the upcoming weeks. We now know that the licensing issue is solved, but we still don't know if the game has fully been restructured because of the new age rating, and we also have to take into consideration the feedback they get from closed beta tests and the changes they need to implement, which takes time. So maybe we could see a global launch on June if Tencent wants to just release it, but this is probably their biggest mobile launch this year, and they probably want to get it right, so we could see the global launch releasing a few months after June. What do you guys think of this news? Have you gotten some excitement back, or when do you guys think Undawn will just release? Make sure to comment down what you guys think, and as usual, take care everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.